Welcome back to TOT Star Wars. We really appreciate the recent support. Another contentious topic per usual. What is the reason you buy a Lego Star Wars set? The minifigs or the build? Gonna let the boys loose here.
This is clear as day to me.
No, but it is clear as day for one side.
Like, this is as obvious a debate as I think we've ever had on this channel. It is clearly the build. Clearly the build.
You and the rest of the sheep.
What is your, just give me 1 point. I'm gonna say this every time. Give me 1 point for build or for minifigs, because I could just rattle off build right now. But just give
Stone,
me
you want to handle my light work?
If you have like an X-wing and you don't have the minifig in it,
This looks whack.
it looks a little lifeless.
No, I'm not talking about there's gonna be a minifig in it. It's just that, like, do you care about the mini? Like, are you buying the set to get a certain minifig? Is that your point you're trying to make? I'm buying this set specifically for minifigs.
I legitimately did this
Minifigs are way
this summer.
better.
Here's a great example. Everybody knows I was on a quest to complete the collection for the Ahsoka series minifigs. I purchased the Battle of Peridia set without even blinking for the minifigs only. I built that, put it in my closet. I've never looked at it again. That's a great example of what a lot of people do with a lot of sets. I think another great example for that would be Shin Starfighter. And, the battle.
Wait, no. Actually, let's counteract this. What's your favorite Lego Star Wars set ever? The E-Wing?
That's a fair point. I love that E-Wing. I love.
Yeah, but when I think about Lego, I think about the minifigure, not the sets. The minifigure is what sets Lego apart from other building block companies like Mega Bloks.
Yep.
And the minifigure is
I think that's the exact opposite.
It's what gives life to everything. It's what gives life to Lego cities. It's what gives life. Think about Sonic sets too, or other things like other sets. Like, people care about minifigs for other sets other than just Star Wars too.
Let's put the ball in their court. This is a good way to put the ball in their court.
Let me.
You're always asking for, give me this minifigure. Then I asking for, give me this build.
Let me talk.
What?
To counteract Finn's point that he started off with, I bought a set just to have a minifig.
100%.
Buy it on eBay by itself. Save yourself some bread.
Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. And I don't need to say
everyone sells every minifig on eBay. You can
one's
easily
doing that.
buy it on there.
No one's buying
and then two, the whole point of minifigs set Lego apart. Minifigs are the same thing as action figures. If you want something like that, buy an action figure. The builds are what sets it apart.
No.
It's the whole reason.
You should, every time you buy a set from now on, you should sell, speaking of eBay, you should start selling your minifigures on eBay and start making some of the money back. You could literally make so much money back from all your sets in the background there.
Don't be wrong. I appreciate the hell out of minifigs.
Start selling them if you don't care about the
It
minifigs.
seems a little bit like you don't.
They're in addition to the build. I think displaying the minifigs with the build is a huge part of Lego.
Says the guy who put Dune 2 minifigs on his Venator.
Buddy, look how sick that looks with all those minifigs displayed behind me. Look how sick that looks with all of them.
And guess what? The gunship looks 10 times better.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when the two reasons why I prefer builds over minifigs, the two reasons why I buy Lego is, one, we all think, besides Finn, because he's slow, we all think that buying sets is therapeutic to build. Like, building gives you a type of, building it is one thing. You get the build aspect, and then afterward you get all of those.
It's literally called a building block company.
Wait, that shelf would be bare. It would fit all like every minifig collection would fit maybe on two of those shelves.
That's
you
not
can't.
True.
Like my minifig collection would, but like
even
even stones above there would all fit on one shelf, right? There are two shelves there. Like this, you need this is the display right here.
Let's talk about the
That's just not how you would display minifigs, though. That point's so stupid.
Exactly. Let's talk about the general public here.
The shelves are for that.
Let's look at a set like the original Cloud City set. Does anybody offhand know how expensive that set is?
Sealed,
12K,
like $2,000.
it's like 15. It's like $15K sealed.
Okay.
It's like 12.
Okay. Why?
Because there's
Because the
one
Cloud City
fig in
Boba
it. There's one fig in
So
it, but
the
like
general
no
public
Luke.
seems to agree that the minifigures are far more valuable than the builds.
Okay,
Find me
no, hold up, hold
no,
the
no,
line,
no,
hold
no,
the
no.
line. No, hold the line. ATOT and dropship. What major figs in that set? You couldn't even tell me.
Find me one
There's a
build.
build that's
Find me
fucking
one
that's
build
bullshit.
used that you could purchase for an amount more than a
That's-
used minifig. You won't.
That's just because it has a really cool play feature, which includes having minifigures to do with it. So
No, it's because it got released.
I want them
because
to
you pick
answer-
up the ship with a bunch of minifigures in it to deploy them. That's
I
what
want them
makes
to
it
answer
fun.
my question. Find me one used set that costs more than one used minifig right now.
that you're talking about totally different things.
But the general public
Okay,
seems to
I
agree
do-
that minifigures are far more valuable.
that's-
I do agree.
yeah.
I do agree. That is a very major point by Finn there.
On the
That
second
if you're
market,
comparing price points, yes, there's
So
more.
why does
there's
something
one-
become more valuable?
Because
Because
some
this
people
build
want
is
it. Like
Because it's better and most people want it. That's how iPhones are more valuable. That's how everything is more valuable.
No, the
Well,
reason
listen
why-
to that.
But Finn, you're listen to this fact. With the point though that it's going to be more money for that one Boba Fett fig versus any used set. The used set is more important though. It loses its value because you lose the build aspect. That's a whole half of the build is that it's already built and used, so it's not going to be as expensive because you took away half of the fun.
Another reason why figs like that are more expensive is because one, the goal of a lot of collectors is to either collect every set or collect every mini fig, one or the other. Well, yes, there's more minifigs. It's a lot easier to collect every single minifigure because it's easier to display and store them. But you can't collect every build and store them in one room. It's impossible. Like, there's no
Yeah, you
way.
can.
Minifigures are
You don't
this
need a
big.
display.
That was a bad point. You absolutely.
What do you mean? You have to, if someone wants to go and collect every single thing, you're going to go for the minifigure more than the set because the sealed set is a lot more expensive because it has all the other aspects of it. The figure is just one little thing, which is a lot easier to store and maintain and all of that stuff, opposed to a set, which is way bigger.
Sealed sets we're talking builds and minifigs, not sealed sets.
That's a build.
That's not built. That's legitimately not built. That's the
No,
definition
the
of a
build
sealed
of the
set.
set.
But it has the build in it. Is
In it.
the point he's trying to make?
It
It also
Every
has the
sealed
minifigure in it. It also has the
Every
minifigure
set
in it.
that can, every
Look at
set
those
that
both
contains
ways. Look at this argument.
every
Match
set
match
that can-
straws.
every set is more expensive with if you looked at Cloud City Boba and you look at Cloud City set. The set is more expensive than the figure.
Because
every
they
time.
want an untouched minifig. That's the point.
Yeah.
You can't
With
get
no
an
cracks.
untouched Boba Fett without
That's
an untouched
one
set.
example though. That's one example though.
I mean, I could go down the list.
Besides Cloud City, the most expensive fig drops dramatically from that Boba. I think the next most expensive is what?
This
The
guy has
the
no
gold
idea.
the gold C3PO, which is different because it's gold.
That-
But like
That doesn't count.
They-
That's not an actual set.
yeah, but then like what's the next most expensive one? $500?
Bruh, but again, you can't get those figures factory made, non-used without them being sealed in box. So people are buying these sealed in box sets solely for the minifig. And again, this goes a completely different route. Are builds cool? Yeah. Does actually building sets suck? Yeah. Conversation for another
That's
day.
just you. That's just
People
you.
want
Building set sucks.
there is nothing like having a beautiful, and let's look at Stone's wall. There's nothing like having a beautiful case displayed with all your shelves comparatively to that case up there. Those shelves look horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Take the minifigs out that hallway scene. Look what it looks like.
Look at him.
See what it looks
He
like.
he has plenty of minifigs on display up there. You can't see my finger. I'm pointing directly at it, the second shelf to the top.
We're not saying that minifigures can't be displayed. It's not the argument.
I
It's
know
when
they
you
can
walk
be
into a
displayed now.
store, when you walk into a store, or when you hear a leak, what's the first thing you think about? The build.
Minifigs. The
I don't know
minifigs.
because
When you walk into
Oh my
a
God,
store,
I got a
Is-
Pro
is-
Coon.
that's a good-
That's a good point. That's a good point. When you
Go to the last episode when you guys were like, "Oh, we don't care about the Plo Koon Starfighter. We just care about getting a cheap Plo Koon." And
because it's $12. That's why.
that's
I
a
want-
that's
Talk
yeah,
about the
yeah.
build. You're gonna display that microfighter?
Because that's a
you want
shitty build. That's a shitty
the
build.
fig.
Like
You want
I'm
the
saying-
fig.
Yes.
want the
You,
fig.
how disappointed were we when we found out that it wasn't a Plo Koon starfighter, it was a micro fighter? Like that shows you how much we care about the builds, because we were disappointed about the actual things. So we're like, I guess we'll get it for the fig.
Like
That's
you're
the
telling
second
me,
thought.
You're telling me
That's not what you said.
you're telling me, let's say, okay, there's certain sets like the Battle of Peridia or random sets that are literally just for figs. Like basically that's it. It's a gray canvas and figs. Fine, those sets I'll buy them for the figs. That's fine. But how many times do you walk into a
The
store?
dioramas that performed terribly were the ones that didn't have figs.
Go.
I'm not a big diorama person, and not a lot of people are diorama people. I'm saying you walk into a store, you go, okay, AT8 or ATTE. I want that set. We've been waiting for that. I want a gunship. I've been waiting for that. I want a Death Star, which we just did a video on. I want the Death Star. I'm not buying it for the Darth Vader figure. I'm not buying it for the Palpatine figure. I want the Death Star. Oh, the UCS Venator. Am I buying any UCS sets for figures? No. I'm
People
buying
want that for the Captain Rex.
because they're idiots. I don't know what to tell you. You're spending $650 for a
You shouldn't have
figure
brought
is
that up
stupid.
right there. You shouldn't have brought that up. Also, I'd like to
If
what
you're telling me
sets
people
out of
bought-
all Lego sets sell the best numerically? What sets out of all Lego sets sell the best numerically? Volume.
Play scale sets?
No. Battle packs. Why? Because they're army builders and
they're cheap. Because they're cheap.
Because they're cheap. They're ways of acquiring
Basic figures.
Minifigs. No
Be-
one's
to
displaying battle pack builds. They're getting
build
battle
an
packs
army.
for
That's
the
not-
minifigs.
But that's not when you go into a store. You don't go, oh, that's a sick minifigure. Let me spend $160 on that. Like you don't do that.
Absolutely do that.
Look at that R2D2 build with the Dark Malgus. So many people paid for that.
Matt literally did that for the Droideka.
Yeah, because it's a sick build.
No,
What?
you don't.
There's
love
not
that
even a
build.
figure in that.
You don't love
There's
that.
literally
build.
not
He
even.
bought it for the buildable Droideka.
There's
He
literally
bought it for
not
the
a
buildable-
figure in that.
He
set.
bought it for the buildable Droideka.
That's not a minifig.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not a
I bought it for the
minifig.
buildable Droideka. The build, dumbass.
He bought that.
Finn is backfired on that.
He bought that
The
for the buildable Droideka. And we've had this conversation many times. He bought that for the miniature buildable.
Which isn't a
Oh, yeah,
minifig.
I totally
That
bought
is a
it for
minifig.
buildable
That
minifigure.
for all inclusive purposes, that is a minifig in this.
That
No,
doesn't
I
count.
actually bought it
does
'cause
not
it was
count. Did they
sick
display?
next to
Did they
R2D2.
display it? Did they display it on the box as a minifig? Because they always display them on the top of the box and on the bottom. They didn't
Yeah, let's talk
display it as
basic
that. So it's not-
advertising at this point. No, let's talk basic advertising. What's the biggest thing on the box every time? What's the biggest thing on the box?
That's such
The
a
build.
cherry pick. That's a very big damn cherry pick.
That's a
Bro,
cherry.
what does everyone
Basic
drool
advertising
over?
101. I didn't even take marketing classes.
Everybody,
I know that.
everybody is.
Come on,
talking
Mr.
about
Salesman.
the
You're
minifigs.
gonna put
We'll
those
put a
minifigures
we'll put a
right
video.
there.
We'll put a video out that's about strictly dual molded legs, 1/8 of an entire minifig, and it gets 400K views. We'll put a video out talking about the Dark Falcon, and it'll get 50 views. People care about minifigs.
Not with your
I don't
shorts.
make the
Your
rules.
shorts strictly
I don't
bang,
make the rules.
though. Your shorts strictly bang though.
Rob's a big chat guy. He reads every chat, so he can't wait to see how
Super
wrong
chat
he is
king.
on this one.
That's not, then, and he is.
He's gonna see a lot of W Finleckis. And
No,
a
look
lot
at the
of
brown
W
streak. Look at
Jedi
the brown streak on
Stones.
that guy's the brown streak on that guy's pants.
What do you like
Yes.
more? What do you like more? What do you like more?
That build looks
This?
horrible.
That's a
Or
horrible
this.
build. Why would you pull that out of all of them?
That's a bad example.
What do you? What do you?
Why would you?
Wait, this
pull
is
that
a
out?
beautiful build. Is
You're
it?
the only one who likes that build.
How much you pay for that?
So beautiful.
$200 he paid for
I
that.
don't even know. It was like it was like 180, 160 or something like that.
Oh, my
It
bad.
was 200. It was 200.
I know it was 200. Okay. at the end of the day,
In box, that set now goes for 300. So that's a good investment. W for Rob there.
L Rob for taking it out and building it.
Because it's the best part.
No one likes building, which is a whole nother video.
That's not a whole nother. All right, we're gonna do a video in the coming weeks. Is
Now,
building
if you
Lego
want to
fun,
talk about
which is
playing,
crazy. That's even as hot.
if you want to talk about playing with built sets, here he goes.
This kid's the biggest player with sets, and he doesn't. Oh my god! You play with sets.
Why do you
bro.
think I like playing with them? I like playing with the. Okay, Rob. When I built the entire Heir to the Empire collection, that was
Not all of us like mashing figures together to have.
I do. Leave me alone. Other people also do. It's not just me. Like
Nah,
dude,
you might be alone in that one.
you
Okay,
also
no, let's go.
can't.
Let's go
You
to
can't
this
bring the
summer.
Venator in the tub. You can't bring the Venator in a tub. We already
you
talked
can.
about Matt's legs falling asleep, mashing the buildable characters together. His arms get tired.
Yeah,
They're
well,
all sets. He could downscale. You're the stutter king. He could downscale them to regular minifigs and be bashing them together as well. Look, we're what's it called? We're drawing at straws here. This
No,
is
you
No,
are.
they are. They are.
What you got going on there, Matt?
Sharpie.
Okay. This is I thought Matt had a weed pen there. This is one where we're gonna have to relinquish. We're gonna have to again. And do I hate to be this guy every video? Yes, but do I have to do it because someone has to put the shield on? Yes. We're gonna have to relinquish this to the comments.
It has to go to the comments because we need a winner. Who is the winner and why is it Matt and I?
We're gonna put a poll up as well. That'll be the real determining factor. So make sure you subscribe.
If the people vote builds, Stutter King. Don't make me put a compilation of you.
We're going to put one on YouTube. We're going to put one in the Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, go to our link in bio on TikTok, or we're going to leave it in the description on this video.
By the way, you want to talk about a special place. I mean, if you're not in the Discord, I don't know what you're doing, to be honest with you. Even if you don't like Legos or Star Wars, I don't know what you're doing. There's so many
Finn, give us the biggest debate we had today.
The biggest debate we had today was who is the most hung out of all. Look, I'm gonna stop right there. And
do the ad read. Do the ad read for the Chew. Do the ad read.
At the end of the day, what Star Wars characters are taking blue chews? Where could you find this information? I don't know. No one in this call knows. We're all very well versed in Star Wars. The Discord is where you find information like this out. Nobody else is talking about this.
That is true. But
also, we are now on Spotify, so
yep. Click
that link.
If you guys are like watching Spotify, check Spotify out.
But like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.